everybody. It is Saturday, the 4th of February. I hope everybody's having a great day. It's nice and sunny where I'm at. I will be announcing the day and time of the live stream at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Since it's Saturday, I've kind of made the choice that on Saturday mornings when I'm scheduled to do a video, I'll be pulling up all the questions that are dropped down into the comments, and I'll be starting off with my Q&A with the questions that people have asked me. So the first one came from somebody. I don't want to go through the entire question, and I'm not going to read anybody's names for privacy reasons. But this person asked me concerning current events and why a certain religious group is getting blamed. Well, on that, please remember everything I say. I'm a psychic. Everything is for entertainment purposes only, so make your own opinions, do your own research. So it's for entertainment only, anything that I say in these videos. And if I pull up anything, it's fair use, fair dealing. More info is on the disclaimer, so just read that. Okay, so why is one group getting blamed for things? Well, it's called being woke and complacent. There are quite a few members of this religion that have decided to turn their backs or become members of a very liberal faction. They believe in living a very politically correct life, which is to their downfall because they are not realizing that they're not educated well enough. They're not realizing that history is repeating itself. And quite often now, those of us who are raised in what I call hidden families, we're coming out and we're making noise and we're making life very uncomfortable for them. Tough banana peels. They just have to deal with it. My grandfather came from Austria and made sure all the family was out before 37. He saw the handwriting on the wall. He made sure all of his daughters married men with really good names. So people who know my legal name laugh because it's the most wasp name on earth. I can't get any more waspy than that. When the older generation started to die off, I did ask one of the relatives, I'm like, hey, what's the real story? And that person admitted, yeah, the family's Jewish, which explains a lot now because I and all my female cousins have had the same medical issue and have had to have very invasive biopsies in the same location. All of us are fine and dandy, so we're doing well. But we all found out we also have a couple quirky allergies, and for me, it's like the liquid that's used as a transfer agent for a lot of medications and preventative medications, so to say, I have an allergy to. And actually, one of my cousins, she did get a seasonal illness vaccine, God, years ago, and she actually ended up paralyzed for 2 years. So after hearing that news, and there's no way on God's green earth I am going to get any liquid injected to me that I don't know every single ingredient. And that's even in my medical files. My doctors are like, nope, you're not getting it. And because of something else, what's made in those disposable face diapers, you also have a skin allergy to. So I have a medical exemption from any kind of liquid and not having to wear a face diaper. So people squawk at me and I say, tough banana peels, people. I'm living my life. So yeah, to answer that person's question, it's because these woke members of this religion are following orders. And they don't realize that it was the people who followed orders about 90 years ago they're the ones that ended up in a boxcar. So they're so docent, compliant, woke, politically aware, that they're, by doing so, they're the ones that are messing up. And the people that are in the upper echelons, as another friend referred to them as the Juden rats. Yeah. A few bad apples spoil it for the whole darn bunch. So going on from there, let's get on to the royal family. One lady contacted me. She sent in a message asking, "Hi, Glenda. Heard rumors that the Queen's deterioration happened just after she got the Jabberwocky and get cancer because of it. Seemingly, the royals are looking into it, but the royal family are well in with it with the mother effers. What is my opinion on it?" Well, I don't know QE2's medical history, but I do know that quite a few people, after receiving that unknown liquid, have been coming down with strange medical issues. I do know of a couple family members that have, extended family members that have passed away due to extreme clots after being coerced into getting that liquid. It would not surprise me that certain liquids were being, if anyone looked at the paperwork, were people are being used as guinea pigs. It's a test. It's an unknown substance being injected into a person's body, and people are walking around as the human guinea pigs, lab rats. So it would not surprise me that the unknown entity that she was injected with did bring on a case of the seasonal stuff, and may have brought her body's resistance down to a level where a cancer did develop. I mean, there are so many, anytime you weaken your body's immune system, you're prone to a lot of strange things happening. So eat a healthy diet, keep your immune system up, do what you need to do, make sure that you are exposed to stuff so your body knows how to fight it. When you wear a face diaper, you're not breathing in what you're supposed to be. Our bodies are designed to fight off different bugs. And when I was a kid, people, as soon as they heard one kid had chicken pox, everybody else was sent over to play with them, so everybody would get it. Same with the mumps and the measles. People are kind of a little bit, in my opinion, are hypersensitive. So, hey, let your kids go through the childhood diseases, illnesses. It's okay to get a cold. It's okay to be home with a upset tummy bug. Hey, your body, that's your body fighting off and getting it ready to prepare to fight off other illnesses. So, yeah, I think she was, they put a liquid into her and it weakened her immune system, which started the decline. That's what I'm picking up. Now, another question is, doesn't King Charles have legal custody of Harry's children as ruling monarch? Seems I remember Queen Elizabeth had custody of all her grandchildren, or was it just the heirs, William and Henry? Should there be a divorce? Will Charles request the children be given over to him? I have not heard this mentioned in any gossip. I believe the family knows Meghan didn't carry any children. And okay, something I did pull up. It's happened ages ago, a few decades, 2 centuries ago now? Yeah, more than that. It's back in 1717, King George I and his son George II, they were not on the best of terms. So one of the issues that was a big stink was how George II was a really rotten parent. And his father, who was king, George I, was very concerned about the monarchy. And George I created a law known as the Grand Opinion for the Prerogative Concerning the Royal Family. Under this law, the king becomes legal guardian of his grandchildren and has the final say over their education and marriages. So, right now, those kids aren't of school age. But once they are, KC3 may say, hey, it's time for these kids to be going to school. They need to be returned to the UK so they can be properly educated. So we may not know the reality of these children. That little boy was supposedly born in late April, early May of 2019. So let's get age 6 is when they start kindergarten here in the United States. So we've got 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 2025 we'll know what is actually going on, because then Charles will demand that the kid is over there. So it's 2023. We've got to wait 2.5 more years. And a lot of quirky stuff can happen within that 2.5 year period. I think they are going to be using those children as bargaining chips. Charles may say that, hey, you want prime position? You bring those kids over, and we will send over a plane, our own plane, to LAX to pick you all 4 of you up. So that could get really interesting. They have to come with the children. And if it's announced that Charles wants to see his grandchildren for his coronation and wants them in the formal pictures, that's great bait. But if there's no kids, they're going to come up with some funky reason as to, we can't go. That's offensive to us. The kids are too young to travel. Sorry, but William was traveling to Australia when he was not even a year old, or just over a year old. I mean, hey, I've been on flights where there's been children who are 6 weeks old. How many military families travel with small children all the time? Henry's got to know this. He was in the Army. He probably flew a few military flights with families being relocated. So traveling with small children, and I know they, in their position, they have nannies. That's full of bunk. So produce the kids, or they're going to come up with another piece of malarkey another lie out there. Now, another thing I was mentioned about Andrew. Yeah, we all know that woman has signed a book deal. Now, everybody's got their knickers in a twist right now that she may release some stuff just prior to the coronation. And currently, Andrew is stuck by a gag order where he cannot say anything to defend himself. So she, by even dangling this book stuff in, I think she's already violating the gag order. So that's why he's in touch with his attorneys right now. So a lot of it has to deal with he is getting his legal team together, and they are going to be insistent to see everything that is going to be put out by her to make sure that she is not violating the gag order. And if she is, then Andrew is to be released from his side of the gag order. And especially with the fact that she caved when the certain American attorney went after her with everything locked and ready to go. I have to be careful because what I say on here, the censors, the word police. Well, at least Google has supposedly let go a bunch of people, so maybe the little woke busybodies aren't around to get their feelings hurt. Yeah, so back to Andrew. It's they know that that woman is planning on making an announcement closer to May 6th, and it's not a happy birthday, Archie. So Andrew has his attorneys out trying to find out what's going to be said and to see if she's breaking the gag order, because if she breaks her end, Andrew may then be able to actually tell what he knows. But right now he can't talk about it publicly. I know that he has been in touch with the international law enforcement agencies who handle international crimes. So that's who knows what the real deal is. And when the time is right, he will come out smelling like roses. Wouldn't surprise me if he actually pays a visit to the Kentucky Derby. I mean, he does enjoy the equestrian sports, although he's not as advanced as his sister. But I have a feeling people down in Lexington, Kentucky may want to keep their eyes open. Because a little known fact, QE2 used to fly in to check out some of the horses. Come in and check ponies, because Lexington has a huge airport. For a small regional city, they can carry, their airport is capable, has a runway that is capable of landing humongous cargo jets. And they have some highly exclusive 5-star hotels in Lexington. So Queen Elizabeth did pay visits to Lexington, Kentucky, because she loves horses, and some of the best race horses come out of Lexington, Kentucky, and there is a big auction there, I think, every year. So it would not surprise me if Anne and Tim paid a quiet visit. Hey, bring along her brother or her daughter and son-in-law. So people in Lexington maybe want to keeping their eyes open. You might see a couple royals. But as we know, Anne's down to earth. You're not going to recognize her. She's probably going to be walking around in Wellingtons, jeans, a waistcoat, padded thermal waistcoat with a hat on, and checking out some of these prize horse flesh. So, okay, what you've all been waiting for. Only a few people, 16 people, went through my surveys. So, okay, Saturday seems the best day for everybody. And they're saying 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Well, that means midnight to the people in the UK, and that's half of my subscribership. So I want to make it fair. So I know other people go up at 3 o'clock on Saturdays. So how about if we do 4:30 in the afternoon, which then that's 10:30 in the UK. So 4:30 p.m. and that's 10:30 UK time on Saturday, February 11th. Because people were split between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. So here I'm splitting the difference here. So 4:30 p.m. on Saturday, February 11th, we'll go live. And I'll be talking to everybody later on. Bye.